Hello friends, it's Alexis, and welcome to vlog number 2 for the Readathon Rebellion. Alright, so full transparency, I had a plan going into the Readathon Rebellion. I was going to have a vlog for every single week. It was going to be great. I was going to do an objective every week. That has not happened. My week 1 vlog ended up taking 2 weeks to complete because it is now September 13th, where I should already be done with my week 2 vlog, and I haven't even started it. So I am doing my own little 24-hour readathon version of the Readathon Rebellion to try and get caught up. I'm really gonna try and go all out and not sleep, but I'm a very sleepy girl, so I know I'm going to fall asleep. It's just a matter of how late can I make myself stay up reading. As a recap for week 1, which I will have that vlog linked below, we completed 2 prompts, the first being objective 1, to read a book with 2 or more points of view. I read Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, and then the second prompt I got was training, the 5th prompt, which was to read a book that was published prior to the last book I read. So that was really easy for me because Catabasis is a new release. So I read Wild as the Witch by Rachel Griffin. So now that means we have to roll again and figure out what I'm reading for the next 24 hours. Here we go. I'm so excited to roll again for our next prompt. As a reminder, we left off on this training space here. I have my little cat piece that I am moving around the board. I think I'm gonna be a little ambitious and roll for 3. I mean, that'd be really, really good if I could knock out 3 books in 24 hours. It really just depends on if the prompts are gonna work with us and I could read something short and quick for them. But yeah, let's try to be overachievers and let's roll for 3. So first up, oh, let me move my cards out of there. We got a 3 and a 4, so 7. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to take the bridge. 4, 5, 6, 7. And we got a roadblock. Oh no. All right. And now I'm going to shuffle our number cards. Again, there are just numbers on the back of this. And then I'm going to go to the document for the readathon and read whatever number I get's roadblock prompt. So, shuffling. And we're going to get roadblock number 7. One of the key members on the mission has fallen ill. You need them, but you know others can't afford to get sick. Do you try to heal them quickly or ask them to stay behind? So we have an option here. So option 1, we could heal the person, which is to read a book with a light source on the front cover, or 2, ask them to stay behind, read a book on your own TBR. I have to go with the owned TBR. I've decided to go with asking the person to stay behind. It's probably best for them anyways. I shouldn't attempt to heal anybody. And we're going to read a book off of my owned TBR, which is Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. I decided to go the responsible route and read things that are actually on my TBR this month instead of picking one of the many, many, many library books I currently have out. This is going to be our first book. I wanted to go with something I had the audiobook for, which I do, because my plans, as soon as this thing starts, is to actually go for a walk in the park with my dogs. Side story that I find fun and interesting. My work has decided to do a challenge in September of who can walk the most steps, and thankfully I'm on a team because I can tell you it's not going to be me, but it is definitely motivating me to walk more because I don't want to let my team down. So it's been very, very motivating. Let me tell you, when I check throughout the day and see that I have way less steps than other people, I'll be doing laps around the backyard while letting the dogs out. So it really is true that all it takes is some competition to motivate me to do stuff. So that's why we're going for a walk. Also, I just want to appreciate the nice weather we're having before it starts snowing for the next 6 months. Back to the book. This is Deep End. This is a contemporary romance written by the Allie Hazelwood. I have loved everything she has ever written except for Bride, which is one of my most hated books. So I talk about it in my TBR, but Bride actually made me swear off Allie Hazelwood books. I was like, I need a break. But then I heard how much hype this one was getting and how everybody was loving it. So I got drawn back in. And of course, I had to grab the edition with the sprayed edges while it was still in stock. So here we are. But I am really, really excited to read this. It has to do with BDSM, which I tend to enjoy in my romance books. And I heard it's a really, really steamy time, so I'm in. I'm super excited. I've been craving some romance. It's gonna be a good time. All right, let's roll again for our next one. I got a 3. 1, 2, 3. Info gathering. Shuffle our cards again. And I'm just going to pick a random one. Number 8. It is important to find out everything you can about the prison. You are sent ahead as a scout to gather information and see how many guards and weapons they have. Read a book ending in an even page number. This is perfect. It's really working out in my favor because I was really hoping to get this next book on the TBR, and that is Julie Chan is Dead by Lian Zhang. I've really been looking forward to this book, and again, it's on my physical TBR for the month, making smart choices. So let's read it. I've heard it gets super, super weird and bizarre, and I need some of that in my life right now. I think this will be the perfect book for later when I'm getting a little bit tired. Like, it's just gonna push me to finish it to see what happens next. This one is about a woman named Chloe whose twin sister Julie is an influencer, and Julie ends up dying, maybe getting murdered, unsure. So Chloe takes over her life. She pretends to be Julie. No, I'm mixing those up. Chloe is the influencer. Julie is the normal supermarket cashier. Julie takes over Chloe's life and pretends to be the influencer. Final roll. We got a 10, a 6, and a 4. 1, 2. So we're crossing objective 2. So that means we have to fulfill objective 2. So that's our 3rd book. But I'm still going to go on ahead and figure out what our 4th prompt is going to be, but no promises. I really don't think I can finish 4 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The way things are going, I should really take the bridge to get over to objective 3, but I don't want the game to be over this fast, so I'm gonna keep heading this way, and I'm gonna get another roadblock. This works because we did number 7 for roadblocks, and now we're also going to do number 8. Okay, next up we hit another roadblock prompt, but first we have to talk about objective 2 because, of course, we have to complete the objectives as we pass them. That one's easy. I already talked about it in my TBR for the month. That was the social media scroll prompt. I opened up Instagram, and the first book that I came across that I owned was The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. This is like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but make it magic and about books. So I'm excited, and it's on the shorter side. So hoping to be able to finish all 3 of these in the next 24 hours. But of course, I also want to know what that 4th prompt is, just in case we somehow finish this all. Just knowing what's next might motivate me. So let's see what roadblock number 8 is. You need more information that only a guard can give you. Bribe a retired member of the Ancestor Guard for information. Have a pet pick your book. Perfect. I love it. I love making my pets pick my books. However, I am going to hold on to this one. I am not confident I'll be able to read 4 books in 24 hours. We'll see how I'm doing, and if we somehow get to that point, I'm probably going to want them to pick a very short book, potentially a manga or a graphic novel, to be able to complete it within the time frame. So yeah, we're not going to pick our book for that right now, but we do have that to look forward to either in this vlog or in my next one. But with that, it is currently 11:49. I'm going to start this thing at noon, Saturday, September 13th, and we are going to go until 12 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, September 14th. So I'm going to go get all ready for our walk. I'm going to download the audiobook, and then at noon, we'll start this thing. It's time. Let's go. I should have tracked how long we walked. I'm not good at that. But I am at 8,600 steps today, and it's only 2 p.m. So that's pretty good, because some days, work days, when I'm sitting a lot, I usually like 8,000 is my daily total. So excellent. We had the walk. It was very nice, very relaxing. It actually started to sprinkle the tiniest bit as we were leaving, and I was like, of course, I want to go outside. I want to be active and go for a walk, and it's going to rain on me. But as soon as we got there, it was good. So very fun. The boys enjoyed the walk, even though Milo did get tired and give up halfway through. We had to carry him just the tiniest bit back to the car, but he still enjoys his walks. And I got a bit of the way into Deep End. Obviously, I've been listening to the audiobook, so I am at 15%, 2.5 hours in to our readathon. I would like to pick up the pace a little bit, but I think now that I kind of have the narrator's voice down, I can pump up the audiobook speed. I start out all of my audiobooks at 1.75, get a feel for the narrator's voice, and then I'll usually speed it up anywhere from 2 to 3. It really depends on how fast or slow they talk, because I still obviously want to understand what they're saying. I like the female narrator for this. I'm not loving the male narrator. I understand why you would want to have a female and male. I feel like it's going to make me a little uncomfy during the sex scenes, but it'll be fine. But yeah, I don't like when narrators come through like in the middle of chapters. So the book is from the main character Scarlett's point of view. We have a female narrator, but then every time a male character talks, the male narrator speaks their lines, and it's very jarring, like not expecting a male voice and then like one is just talking at you. So we'll see if we get used to it, but it's not bugging me too much. I'm actually really, really enjoying this. I'm really into it. I cannot wait to keep listening to get to our spicy scenes. I think they're going to be so good, because already the tiniest bit of banter between our main characters, Scarlett and Lucas, I was blushing. I was listening in the car as we were driving home, and the first like flirty bit came on while Dan was in the car, and he was enjoying it too. This smut is so fun. This is gonna be a great day. So far in this, we haven't gotten to any smut yet, but I can tell it's coming soon. So in this story, we are following our main character, Scarlett, and she is a diver at Stanford University, I believe. Yep, a junior at Stanford. And she's obviously friends with all of the other divers when her friend Penelope confides in her about her sex life, that her boyfriend Lucas is into dominance and submission and she is not. She tells Scarlett that, you know, they tried it out once, it wasn't her thing, and he was very respectful. He's never brought it up since, but she can just tell that he's not completely happy, and also she's not completely happy in the relationship. And Scarlett ends up admitting to her that she is also a fan of dom and sub play. So Penelope goes on and breaks up with Lucas, and then there's this very awkward encounter where Penelope is very, very drunk. Scarlett and Lucas are there trying to help her home, and she lets it spill that Lucas and Scarlett are both into the same things in the bedroom. They should hook up. So it leaves our main characters in a very awkward situation. They're just kind of staring at each other like, what do we do with this information now? Our ex-girlfriend slash friend just tried to set us up. So they get past the awkwardness, and you can definitely tell Lucas is interested because he keeps showing up where Scarlett is. He's just taking an interest in talking to her, getting to know her. And I think Scarlett is also interested. She keeps talking about how gorgeous Lucas is. He's like this big, tall, Swedish man. I forgot, it's Allie Hazelwood. So she always does the big man, small girl thing. If that's what you're into, I'm along for the ride. So we're also getting a little bit of backstory into Scarlett's education. She wants to be a doctor, and she is actually currently in Dr. Adam Carlson's microbiology class. I might be getting that wrong. It's something biology. So that was a really fun cameo. He popped up, and Olive was mentioned, so I'm sure she might come in later. So yeah, loving my time with this. I think it's going to be a really good one as our first book of the day. My plan right now is to continue listening to the audiobook. I have some around the house things I have to do. Dan and his dad have this ongoing project. They're always working on something on this house, so I'm going to help them out today, and I think I'm going to go paint some stuff for them. So that'll be a nice, easy thing that I can do while listening. And yeah, I will check in with you when I have my next thoughts. All right, good progress has been made painting. I have one table done. I have to do the other table. Good progress in the book. They have agreed to try some things. He just gave her a list to fill out into what she's into and what she's not. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. I'm done painting and I just need some horizontal time because, oh my God, is my back screaming. When did we even go out there? Like 2 o'clock? It's now 6 o'clock. So 4 hours of bending over a table painting. But absolutely loving my time listening to this book. So I'm going to continue to listen to it. I'm going to lay here a while. I'm not tired at all. So no naps today. And we're going to try and finish this thing as quickly as possible. I'm pretty close. I am at the 74% mark. And this is much more of like a fluffy rom-com than like a dark, kinky rom-com like I was expecting. Nothing kinky has really happened. So they've done it a few times now and it's nothing shocking. I mean, it's a little rough. And there's a little bit of like the controlling aspect, like him telling her what to do. But when I hear a dom sub romance and them like filling out kink sheets and like telling each other what they're into, I was expecting a little something more. I understand it's Ellie Hazelwood, it's contemporary romance, but I mean, come on, if you're gonna write a book about kink, like, give us something. It's not over yet though, so I mean, you know, we might get there. But yeah, I think it's really, really cute. I just absolutely love the male main character, Lucas. He just listens when she talks. There are so many things that she like mentions and he remembers and he like for example, that Chinese food is her favorite. So he surprises her with her favorite food. It's not hard, men. It's not hard. So he's doing an incredible job just being a good guy. I just really love the way they support each other because they are both athletes, and although they can't always be there physically for each other because, you know, you have to travel to different meets and all that stuff, they are just so supportive. They're celebrating each other when they succeed. They're there for each other when they don't. He has helped her through some issues that she's had with like kind of performance anxiety after something happened to her. And then, like, don't get me wrong, the spicy scenes have been A+. They're just not kinky the way I was expecting, but they're very, very good. And I'm also enjoying the not romance plot. We're really getting to see Scarlett develop this female friendship with another diver named Penelope, who is actually Lucas's ex, and I love their friendship so much. There is no jealousy or like grudges or anything on Penelope's part that now Scarlett is hooking up with Lucas. Like, she is just so completely accepting. Like, they are just being so adult about it, and like, yeah, it was her idea, but you know, I feel like it's just human nature to maybe have some jealousy after your ex moves on. And it's not that way at all for Penelope and Lucas. Like, they truly just want what's best for each other. They really are each other's best friends. And they realized we weren't meant to be together. So, like, go find somebody who you are more romantically matched with. And Penelope's dating somebody else new. Lucas has Scarlett. This might be my favorite Ellie Hazelwood yet. It's hard because I really, really love the love hypothesis, and like, I don't know if anything could knock that out of the top spot, but this is coming close. I'm back, and I have just finished Deep End, and I think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I really, really loved it. I am confused because where was the kink? Maybe my definition is different than Ellie Hazelwood's, but it was kind of vanilla. But whatever, I still really, really, really enjoyed it. I was just like promised some stuff. They went through a whole checklist of what they were into, and we didn't get any of that. But it was a really, really cute love story. I just absolutely loved it. There was not a long, drawn-out third act breakup. There was no pregnancy at the end. Hopefully you guys don't consider these spoilers. Just, I cannot ask for more in a romance book, and just like having a man listen, pay attention when a woman talks the way that Lucas does. So very good. Oh my God. And they talked about my favorite movie ever, Midsummer, because obviously Lucas is Swedish, so there were a lot of Midsummer human sacrifice ritual jokes made throughout, and I loved it. I'm so happy. It's a little later than I wanted it to be. It's already 8:30, but this is the longest book I had on the TBR, so you know what, maybe it'll be fine as long as I can stay up. So we're gonna move on to Julie Chan is Dead. I put it back on my TBR cart, so I'm not gonna go get it now. And I don't have an audiobook for this one, so it's gonna be a little difficult. Usually when I'm reading physically, I am more likely to fall asleep than when I'm listening to an audiobook and I can get up and do things. Right now, I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm gonna figure out something for dinner, and then I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna start our next book. Making French toast. Hello, I am back with my first check-in for Julie Chan is Dead. I've just made it to the 100 page mark and it is 11:13 p.m. So closing in on the 12-hour mark. I like this a lot. I am having such a fun time. It's just really, really funny being somebody who follows not a lot of influencers on Instagram, but also obviously being part of the BookTube community. I am nowhere as extreme as the influencers in this, but it's just funny to hear her, you know, thinking about how everything can be content and how she has to take pictures of everything and like being able to relate in the tiniest way, but then also laughing at the ridiculousness. Like she went to this influencer's party who was like launching this new brand that I don't even know what she was selling, makeup probably, and just how ridiculous and over the top it was, and it's really, really funny so far. So I guess backing up, we know that in this, the main character Julie takes the place of her twin sister Chloe, who is the influencer. And in the beginning of this, we really find out just kind of what a bad person Chloe was. And I think we're gonna continue to learn more just about how shallow she was, how she did not care about Julie. They were separated when they were children and their parents died. And Chloe was adopted by a very rich family and moved to New York City, and Julie went to go live with their aunt and grew up very poor and is now living paycheck to paycheck, working at a supermarket. We get the backstory of Chloe and Julie's like reuniting, and the synopsis even tells us that like Chloe was definitely using it just to make content. Like she filmed this video like reuniting with my sister, #emotional, but then they have never spoke again since. So it was very clear that Chloe didn't want a relationship with Julie. So it's very strange when out of nowhere one night, Julie gets a call from Chloe, and it's very concerning because it's Chloe saying, "I'm sorry, I made a mistake," and then like the line goes dead. So she gives it a few days. She keeps trying to contact Chloe. She's not hearing anything. Chloe's not posting on her social media, which is not normal. So Julie decides to go to New York City to check in on her and finds her dead in her apartment. And usually circumstances like this where somebody is pretending to be somebody else and like step into their life and have to like convince others, it gives me the worst secondhand anxiety. But this is being done in just such a comedic way that it's not doing that, thankfully. So even though Julie has no idea what she's doing going to these big influencer parties, it's really entertaining. And then also this trip keeps being brought up, that this group of influencers, they are called the Belladonnas because they are all sort of led by this one influencer named Bella Marie, and Chloe is a part of this group. And I guess it's like rumored that every year this group goes on this like big secret vacation, except they don't post anything about it, which is very strange because usually on brand trips they want the influencers posting about things. So in my head, knowing that this takes a very weird turn later on, I'm just coming up with all of the wildest ideas of what I think could happen on this trip. Like, I hope I don't overhype it in my head and then it ends up being not that exciting, but I have high hopes for this one. So my goal right now is to get to the 50% mark, which is only 50 more pages, 150, by midnight. I have an hour to do, well, a little under an hour. I have 40 minutes to do it. So that's the goal. And then I'm probably gonna go shower to wake myself up. And then we'll try to finish this thing. 1:30 check-in. I have showered. I have partially blow dried my hair. I had a midnight snack. And I have made it to page 180. And the belladonnas are officially on the private island, unplugged, no cell phone, no reception vacation. And I cannot wait to see what kind of fucked up shit they're gonna get into. 4:42 check-in. I fell asleep for probably the past 2.5 hours. So gonna try and read a little bit now, but might give up and go to bed. It is 6:06 a.m. I'm going to bed. I will give you my thoughts in the morning, but 5 stars. Good morning. I look exactly like I stayed up all night. I just slept about 4 hours. It is 10:13 a.m. I did have an alarm set for 9, but I snoozed it. But that's okay because I think that extra hour of sleep was good for my brain because I had a brain blast. Let's just do the pet pick before we do the objective. And let's read a manga for the pet pick. So we can still succeed in my goal of reading 3 books this 24 hours, and I can work on getting some manga off of my physical TBR because I always forget to read them. I have so many. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go pick one in just a minute. I literally just woke up, brushed my teeth, and took my hair out of my rope curls I had them in. I always forget to do that, but like, it turned out cute. I need coffee. We need to figure out what book we're finishing this thing out. I have, I don't know where I left my phone over there. I have about a little under 2 hours left. So we can definitely knock a manga off the list. All right, coffee has been made, the pets have been fed. So going over to my manga shelf, here are our options. We have the whole Death Note series, which I don't feel like reading today. We have Killing Stalking that I need to get caught up with. We have the first volume of Parasite. I don't think I should start a new series when I'm in the middle of so many. We have the last 2 volumes of Blood on the Tracks, which I think should definitely be a contender. Let's also throw Killing Stalking in there. Let's make some progress on the things I'm in the middle of. Also have some standalone Junji Ito's. I think it'd be really funny if they picked No Longer Human because it's giant. And then other than that, these are my partners. I have Monster and then JJK is my partners, but maybe I'd be interested in reading them. at some point, but again, not trying to start a new series. Milo's ready. If I had to pick, this is the one I want them to pick. So let's see if we can persuade them into it. I'm checking it out before I even have the treats on it. We have the treats. I'm going to go unleash the beast, and I'm sure it's going to be Onyx. Oh my god, Kit's here. I didn't realize Kit was in here. Okay, Kit, pick one. You want that one? All right, Kit chooses Censor by Junji Ito. I am still gonna let Onyx out so he can get a treat. Come on, big guy. Get a treat. They're on the books. Kit's getting them all. Kit's going down the line. Go ahead, Blue. I call this feeding the chickens. Eva, get one. Kit, you don't need any more. Here, Onyx. All right, thanks, guys. I'll take this. Could have been a lot worse. Thanks, Kit. Censor, and I still have just under 31 minutes. Do I try to read another manga? I mean, I can't give up if I still have time left. Let's go grab Blood on the Tracks. So I finished and I have 15 minutes left. Do we do another volume? Let's go get it. All right, here we go. The final volume of Blood on the Tracks, and we have 14 minutes to read it. We got this. This was the final one. I just found out there's a volume 17 and I don't own it. Oh my god. I was so excited to finish a manga series. Well, it's done and we have 4 minutes left on the timer, so no, we are not trying to read anything else. I'm gonna go throw on some makeup and we'll do our final wrap up and review of everything. Why hello again. I actually forgot to wrap this thing up, so it is quite a few days later. I'm here now to talk about the 6 books that I ended up finishing. Technically 5 of them were in the 24-hour range, but I did sneak in one more that I will tell you about. Starting out at the very beginning, I'm not going to give you another in-depth review of Deep End. 5 stars. I am so excited Allie Hazelwood is back for me. After that, in the very early hours of the morning at 6 a.m., I finished Julie Chan is Dead, and this one is also getting 5 stars. I think my faces and my reactions during the reading process really tells you everything you need to know. This gets so unhinged, and it was exactly my kind of weird. It really went there, and all I can ask when a book is described as unhinged is that it shocks, surprises, maybe even disgusts me, and this did it all. This is definitely a book that will leave you on the edge of your seat. I didn't want to go to bed because I wanted to know what was going to happen next. After that, we binge read some manga, so starting out with Censor. I didn't give you guys my official ratings for these, so I think I've decided to land on a 4-star. It just really takes a lot for Junji Ito to impress me with a 5-star. After reading his longer works like Gyo, Uzumaki, Tomie, nothing short really impresses me as much as those, so those are always the 5 stars for me, but this is a very good rating. Liked that this one was its own story. This isn't a collection of short stories. This is really all following this one theme, entity, I guess. I'm not really sure what to call it. It was a little paranormal, but also a little sci-fi. And then moving on to the series that wrapped up our 24 hours, we have Blood on the Tracks Volume 15 and also Volume 16. I was very wrong. I thought these were the last 2 volumes, only to find out when I finished 16 that there's a 17th volume. So after I ended my 24-hour readathon, I actually ended up getting the ebook for it from my library, and I read that as well because I just had to finish out the series. I couldn't leave it on a cliffhanger. So I think my final rating is going to be 4 stars for 15, 3 stars for 16, and 4 stars for 17. I really enjoyed the earlier volumes in this manga series more than the later volumes. We had a jump forward in time that I understand why we did it, but I just didn't like them as much. I do like how it all wrapped up. I feel like it was very realistic. It was very, very sad. If you want to read something that's going to make you depressed, read this series. It is about a young boy and really just his emotionally abusive and manipulative mother, and it actually goes so far that she begins committing crimes, and over the course of the series, her obsession with her son just keeps growing and becoming more and more unhealthy. It's all very messy and just very depressing, but also a very addicting series. So, to end things on a high note with the Blood on the Tracks series, thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me for my mini 24-hour readathon. If you would like to let me know you were here, please leave me the clock emoji in a comment below. And if you are also participating in the Readathon Rebellion, let me know how you're going. What prompt are you on? But as always, friends, I hope you read a good book today, and I will see you soon in my next one. Bye.